trucks are designed to be easy to use. But these trucks, whether walk with or ride on, can lift and move the weight of 2 cars. You have enormous power at your fingertips. That's why safe and efficient handling of that power around a busy warehouse must start right here, at the start of your shift, with daily checks and maintenance. First, check that the battery is fully charged. Ensure the cells are filled to the correct level. If necessary, top up with distilled water. Make thorough checks every day. They can save expensive downtime for the warehouse, and they give you the best chance of staying safe throughout your shift. Always check for wheel faults and any sign of hydraulic oil leaks. Don't forget the horn, vital in areas where people can't see you coming. Raise and lower the forks. Check that the forward and reverse switches are functioning correctly. Check the emergency braking systems. Ensure all 3 are in good working order. Remember, poor maintenance is one of the most common causes of accidents. The best rule with any modern pallet truck is give yourself time. Don't rely on swift reactions to get you out of trouble. Even with a platform truck, be prepared to walk. Before we consider the basic walking technique, let's first look at the different types of pedestrian equipment. The pedestrian truck is the type you can only walk with, but you need to keep on your toes. The ride-on platform truck is for much the same jobs, but usually over longer distances in larger warehouses. The stacker truck allows you another dimension, to store goods at height, possibly over 5 meters high. And that requires other techniques. Walking with any of these trucks demands care. With a full load, you could have 2 tons snapping at your heels. Simple accidents can lead to serious injuries, even the loss of limbs. The right technique is to walk to one side. Hold your arm out away from you, so if you have to brake or if you stumble, you're not in the way of that load. It's a simple knack, you'll get used to it. Turning corners or bends, stay on the outside of the curve. It gives you a better feel for the truck's response. If you're inside the curve, there's a risk it might catch your heels or run over your feet. All 2 carloads of it. There are many times you have to walk with any kind of pallet truck. At busy points in your warehouse and always at blind corners, sound the horn. Don't be reluctant to use it. Your machine is virtually silent, and the horn is the only way to warn others you're coming. Now, what about slopes? You may be in a hurry, it may be inconvenient, but on slopes and ramps, you should always walk. Downhill, the truck should always be in front of you. Uphill, lead the truck with the forks behind you. Whichever way you're going, if you're unladen, always turn the forks to face downhill. It's much safer. Now, picking up a load. There's only one safe way to pick up a load. Walking is the only way you'll have proper control. Line up the truck carefully alongside the pallet. Now, with your feet firmly on the ground, turn the truck on full lock and edge the forks under the pallet. Care must be taken here if the pallet is shorter than normal, because the forks may also have entered the pallet behind. The way round it is to look out for non-standard pallets, then mark their position on your forks so you know how far to insert them. Having picked up the load, if it's a short pallet, you'll need to lower it and reposition it on the forks so it's at the heel before moving off. So let's have a look at it again. Remember, line up with the pallet, apply full lock, forks in gently, up to the heel if it's safe, otherwise just to the end of the forks. Brake, then lift. Slowly out, keeping to one side. Driving with the load in front has obvious disadvantages. Whenever possible, keep the load behind you, especially a big load. Don't take a chance. You've got to look out for so many things: other people and trucks around the warehouse, uneven surfaces and floor variations. So you must be in front looking ahead whenever possible, but with half an eye on the load behind. And when you come to a slope or ramp, make sure the load is always leaning well back into the heel of the truck. Downhill with a load, always walk in front, controlling your speed with the reverse button. On slopes, remember, unladen, walk behind the truck. Uphill, walk ahead. And with a load, walk behind. If your view is obscured, ask a colleague to act as a lookout. Never take a chance. Now, here's a day-to-day situation. It's common practice to use powered pallet trucks for loading, though you should make sure the vehicle will take the combined weight of the load and truck. Watch your height entering the vehicle and make sure you stack straight. Go carefully over the dock leveler to save wear and tear on the truck. And beware of tricky variations of light and shadow, which make it hard to judge distances. Load the vehicle evenly. Don't be tempted to place all the goods down one side first. It can only make it more difficult to fill the other side and increases the risk of damage. When it comes to stacking, you need care in judging the exact height. Get it wrong from your viewpoint on the ground, and you could bring the whole lot down. The weight of the load at height is important, especially if you have to lift it off-center on the end of your forks. The maximum weight your truck can safely lift is based on the 1200 millimeter long pallet. The load is centered on the halfway point, which is 600 millimeters from the heel of the forks. Lifting a short pallet of the same weight on the end of your forks will create an imbalance. The load center chart on your truck gives this vital safety information. This extra dimension of operating overhead requires some of the techniques of reach truck handling. Always lower the load to the floor. Never drive with the load high. So what have we learnt? Always give yourself time. Expect the unusual. Use the horn to tell others you're there. Make sure you see where you're going. Stay alert in front of your load. Walk in confined spaces, round sharp corners, on slopes, and always keep to one side of the truck. Take care when you pick up a load and ease it out carefully. Remember, for safety's sake, never leave the key in an unattended truck, and do proper maintenance checks every day. In Britain, there are more than 1,000 people seriously injured every year when struck by a forklift truck. About 200 result in fractures or even amputations. So, these accepted good driving techniques developed over many years of experience are worth knowing. They transfer the power of powered pallet trucks safely into your hands, giving you the power to be safe and efficient at the same time.